Kia ora, it's Ruth here in my backyard in Christchurch, and today I'm in my peach tree because it's the time of year where we need to think about thinning it. Now, we used to be Airbnb hosts, and one thing we really loved about being Airbnb hosts is the amazing people we met and the amazing experiences they had. And we had quite a few people who had just come from doing fruit thinning or fruit picking, so we learnt a lot from them. And one thing we really learnt is the rule of the fist, is that for any fruit trees there really should be a fist length between the fruit. So that's what we're doing today. It's a little bit sad pulling them off, but we know that our fruit yield will be better in the long run. So I'll just show you what we're doing. Here is a really good example of where all the fruit is way too close. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 15 on this really short section of branch. So what I'm going to use is the fist idea between the fruit. So I'm going to start by the base of the tree. There's 3 here. This is quite a nice big one, so I'm going to take off these 2. Then take off these other ones and go along that one too. And now I've got a space that's my fist that can go between until the next ones. Here I'll take off the smaller one, because if there's 2 you always want to take the smaller one rather than the bigger one. Find my way along again. Throw them off. I'll take that one at the end until I've got a fist here. So this one that did have 15 has now only got 3. Now it does seem a little bit sad doing that, but I do know that in the long run that it will produce better fruit. The tree can't sustain all the fruit that it would have, and it wouldn't be as sweet as it would be. So here will be some lovely 3 that will grow nice and big and we'll be able to really enjoy. One thing that we're trying to combat is leaf curl, and that's what this little bit of the leaf here is it's a little fungal infection that gets in the leaves. Now it doesn't actually really do much to the fruit, but what can happen is when the tree's got it really bad, all of these leaves will fall off and then it needs to produce new leaves before its fruit really can come on. So it does mean that there's more energy going into the leaves and fruit. So throughout the winter we've been doing a bit of spraying to try and combat this problem, but there's still a few leaves. So what we do is just pull it off, and there's another leaf here that's got a little bit of curl, so I'll just pull it off. And then these leaves will end up going in the bin so that they don't produce any more spores and they can't spread to the rest of the tree. So down here is a little bit of what the aftermath looks like. We've just been throwing them straight on the ground because we're going to do a mow soon, and they'll pick most of them up. Now it looks like lots because, I mean, there are lots, there are hundreds down here, but we know that the tree is going to be better off for it because it'll be able to hold the fruit. Up here you'll see that the end of the branch that has come off is white, and this was actually from last year where we didn't do thinning, and this branch ended up having so many peaches on it that it weighed it down so much that there was a bit of wind and it smashed, it broke off. So that's one reason why we're really making sure we thin, is because some of these branches are so skinny to begin with that when they're trying to have too much fruit on, they just can't actually hold the weight and they do break. So hopefully with doing the thinning we'll get some nice sweet fruit, but also it'll save the tree in the strong Canterbury summer winds. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll catch you next time. Ka kite!